Hi, this is Joe at Joe's Test Studio. Welcome again to Joe's Test Studio. I'd like to show you one or two approaches to clouds. People seem to want to do a lot of different skies, and I do too. So they're so easy to do, and we're going to take a couple of minutes. That's about what it takes, because you want to get in there and get out. So here's one approach to doing clouds. To show you the clouds, or a sky, or several skies, I've done this little drawing, and it's a scene, a local scene. It's in the wintertime actually, but we're going to have some clouds right back in here and some darker sky above because it is still wintertime. So the first thing I'm going to do is to wet that area a little bit, and this is 140-pound cold pressed paper, by the way. So it isn't. I'm not going to stretch it. I'm just going to start painting directly on it. And I can dampen this area down in here and come over the trees and over the mountain part. Don't worry about that. And we'll leave some of the areas a little bit drier than others, and maybe come back with a paper towel and actually blot out a little bit of the moisture in here, just lightly, and that'll give us a different effect also. And then we'll pick up some color, and we're going to start out with the old basic ultramarine and a little bit of burnt sienna or old sienna in it to give us kind of a grayish color. And we'll just start laying it in, and it will run. Boy, that did get gray, didn't it? That's I'm going to add a little bit of the warmer old sienna in there to it. And then in here is going to be some of our cloud area right back in here. We'll change it again to a little bit of cooler color. It turned pretty dark on me, but I think it'll work just fine to give us the effect that we want of a wintry day. And you notice I'm coming all these trees, don't worry about those. And now I'm simply going to pick up a damp brush and soften some of these edges, let some of that come down in there, leave some pure white up in there, and come across. This is going to run on down. We'll warm it up a little more even with some a little yellower color like raw sienna in it, just a little bit, and yeah, there we go. Isn't that pretty? I love mixing wet and wet color. We'll get rid of that one. Then we'll come down toward the bottom here with, again, a variety of color. And these clouds, see, these cloud shapes are going to stay up in there. I may have too much color in there, so I'll take a little bit out here with a thirsty brush. And the way I do that thirsty brush is to wet the brush thoroughly and then take the color out of it with a piece of towel, paper towel. And then it lifts the color rather than putting color down. So you get some really neat effects in there. So we'll do the same thing down here. And that will give us then, I'm going to get rid of those real white ones in there. They're a little bit too white. I should have had some more in there maybe, but we'll lift a little bit more. There we go. That thirsty brush really works. See, just a wet brush, cleaned, and take the moisture out of it. Put a little cloud up in there that's kind of floating above everything. And that's going to be our sky. So that's the way I would do these clouds. If we need to come back with a little bit of darker color underneath the skies, we can just kind of rub it along here, and that'll give us that little fluffy looking cloud down closer to the horizon that just kind of skip along down there. And that's one way of doing clouds. They don't show up quite as well as when the painting is finished. So we'll come back and show you the finished painting at the end.